What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing? Are we doing good? I'm trying to do good today. Today was kind of a messed up day in the LCU. We had a bunch of crash outs and a bunch of fuckery going on. But you know what? We're going to deal with some good old-fashioned cheating drama today. We are not going to worry about other LCU hosts spurging out. We're not going to worry about other LCU hosts lying, people fighting. You know what? We're going to deal with cheaters today. All right? Good old-fashioned cheating. No children involved. No animals involved. Nothing like that. All right? Good old-fashioned cheating. Shit. All right, let me play the intro music so I can get up and go get me a drink while it's playing. All right, here you go.
Ariel gets real, talk slick, better keep it sealed. Tease hot, mask off, let's go. Step in the chat, it's the final bell. Sally in black, got receipts from hell. Drama queen, nah, I'm the drama dealer. Truth so raw, make a snake turn healer. Mic in my hand with a hit list long. You faked your life, well I wrote your song. No chill, no filter, mask ripping deeper. Lights out, baby, it's the law code reaper. Fill that tea, call it out. Fake get caught when the reaper's out. Say my name, say it loud. Sally don't play, she calls the cloud. One by one they fall asleep, but secrets don't die, I dig too deep. Cameras on, it's getting real. Law code reaper, sign a deal. Who's next up? I smell that fear. You built a lie, I built a career. DMs leak like a faucet broke. Your truth is a joke and I ain't provoked. Clickbait queens, you all look shook. I don't need edits, I wrote the book. Fake apologies, you can keep that mess. I wear black cause I buried the BS. You wanted the smoke, now you got the fire. Don't start no drama unless you're ready for the choir. Fill that tea, call it out. Fake get caught when the reaper's out. Say my name, say it loud. Sally don't play, she calls the cloud. So one by one they fall asleep, but secrets don't die, I dig too deep. Cameras on, it's getting real. Law code reaper, sign the deal. Reap what you post. Sally knows. You talk, I show. Law code reaper, end of the show.
Wings W Man, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Rastoff, let's talk. Why are you trying to talk to Rastoff? What's going on? Wait, let me hit my right scene. Let's get to the scene. All right, we're at the scene. What do you need to talk to Rastoff for, huh? Huh? What are you talking to Rastoff for? After last night, I am desensitized to cheating. Listen. After last night, I was like, I'm going to find a fun drama, okay? I am going to find a drama that does not involve any kind of child drawings, or any kind of animals, all right? We've all been traumatized last night. Now we get to sit back and laugh at shit. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Scrimpy, for the one gifted. Let's put that up there. Hold on. Oh, I got to get the wheel out. All right, give me a second. I got to get the wheel out. I forgot about the wheel. Don't judge me. Give me a second. Scrimpy just wants to be put on the wheel again. All right, hold on, Scrimpy. Oh, wait. I already got you on the wheel, so I can just copy and paste from there. Hold on. I got to pull the wheel up. This light is too bright for me. Thank you. Okay. Wheel. All right, wheel. My wheels. Wheel. Okay, here we go. Now you can watch me put your name in the wheel, because I don't want anybody saying I was highly scanned. Where are you at, Scrimpy? I know you're in here. All right. Copy. Enter. And paste. Bam. You've been added to the wheel. Congratulations. You've been added to the wheel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for saving a soul today. No, I haven't put the Chris Chan space in. I hadn't even mentioned it. Run for breakfast. Let me run my show, goddammit. I'm still considering whether I'm putting that in there or not. It's a good idea, though. All right, Texas Girl says, Xylee, for the record, you and Gidget are good, right? Why wouldn't we be? She likes to pick at me and I pick at her back. It's normal thing for us. Why wouldn't we be? I don't hate her. Why are you asking me? I don't hate Gidget. I don't hate Gidget at all. Okay, I gotta get off this white screen because this screen, okay. Damn. Yeah, I don't hate Gidget. She just likes to pick at me and try to hem me up. You know what me and Gidget do? All right, I'll go ahead and explain what me and Gidget do. We play a cat and mouse game with each other. No, I am nothing like Gidget. I am absolutely nothing like Gidget. Me and Gidget are not alike at all. But Gidget and we play a cat and mouse game with each other. She likes to try to trap me. And I look at the trap and go, bitch. Nice try. So, every once in a while she'll get me. But that's all it is. It's surface level. It's nothing deep. I know, Rum, you're good. Rum, you know you're one of my favorite people. Come on now. You know you're one of my favorite people. So, that's all that is. So if anybody's trying to fuel the fire, not saying that you did, Texas Girl. I'm not saying you did, but you know how people are. But yeah, you know, people might try to fuel that fire. They're idiots. Power Rage, dope shirt. My sister has the book for that. Yeah, I saw it at Walmart and I had to get it. All right, now, before I get started on this, I'm not doing the podcast. The podcast is over an hour. If y'all decide you want the podcast after we watch these 2 videos, then I'll do that. I don't have a problem doing that. Run for breakfast with the 5 gifted. Oh, wait, does that put us at the goal? No, it doesn't. Okay, that goes up to 41. All right, bam, 41. Not 741. Let's not do that. All right, 41. Okay. And then let's add you to the wheel. Are you even... Oh, God, I have to copy your name. Hold on. Oh, really? Are you... Oh, okay. I was about to say, bro. Copy... Paste. Paste. And then take one of those away. Bam. You have been added to the wheel 5 times. Thank you very much, Run for Breakfast. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't take my nap today before the stream, so I'm a little off. Grassfed said, you used to call in a bunch when I first started watching LolCal. Memories of the good old LolCal days. Bro, remember when I used to bring out my digital notebook and I was the wartime reporter? That was the good old days. It was fun to do back then. It's not really fun anymore. It used to be really fun to do it. It's just, I don't know. There's a new dynamic in the LCU and I feel like they don't need me calling into the shows anymore. You know? I don't I don't know if oh, wait. Oh, my God. Con with the 10. Shit, Con. I didn't even see that. I was like, wait a minute. That's more than 5 people getting gifted. Holy shit. Thank you, Con. Bro, I think that gets us over the line. All right, 51 out of 50. That gets us over the line. We hit the goal, ladies and gentlemen. We hit the goal. Passion says, I love this show. It reminds me of the good old days. Yeah, Passion. You know. Yeah, I know. Harlequin was about to yell at me because I didn't see it. Thank you, Con. That was awesome of you. Oh, shit. I got to add you. Shit. Hold on. All right. Copy. Hold on. I got to add you to the wheel 10 times. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Paste. All right. Hold on. Enter. Paste. And then we're going to do it by 2s. So that's 2. 4, 6, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. You've been added to the wheel 10 times, buddy. And just to let y'all know, yes, even though we hit the goal, which, by the way, we'll do the RTU one. I haven't figured out which video yet. And it also depends on, I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow or like Saturday morning. One of the two. We'll figure it out. Because after watching these 2 videos, if y'all decide that you want to watch the interview, then we'll do the actual interview, the podcast tomorrow. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So y'all let me know if you want to watch the whole thing. If not, then we'll do the RTU video tomorrow. So, hell yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so first question of the night. Put a 1 in the chat if you know who the Try Guys were. Fu Manchu says, quit yelling and I will. Fuck you. It's who I am. I've been yelling since the day I came out of my mama's coochie. Anyway, so put a 1 in the chat if you know who the Try Guys were. Okay. So the Try Guys were a big group. I guess they tried a bunch of things. I never knew who they were, right? And the guy we're talking about tonight, he had a cheating scandal. And apparently his wife had something to do with the place too. But he ended up cheating with the producer that worked for him. It was a big old scandal. And his whole personality of the Try Guys was he was the married one. He was the family guy. He was the good old family man, right? So it was crazy. It was a big old scandal like 3 years ago. Yeah, the Try Guys was a BuzzFeed thing. Yes, 100%. Yes. Yeah, there you go, Need to Know. Nina's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Jesse, I'm back at 4. It's been a week now, almost a week. I don't think BuzzFeed does exist still. All right. Oh, my God. I'm hitting, like, all the wrong buttons today, bro. Holy shit. All right. So, what we're going to watch is we got 2 videos by Spillchest. We got this one here. And then we got the one here, actually. And she goes over bits of the podcast and what happened with it and everything. So, yeah. We're going to do this. And if y'all decide, and I'll do a poll at the end of the second one, and I'll see if y'all want to watch the interview or the podcast episode. All right, so put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to get started. I kind of miss Lunchbox. I miss Lunchbox putting every number besides a 1. Xylee, do you feel like you need a co-host? No, Dixie, I don't. This is, okay, so the show you see here is the exact same show that I used to do on my channel. I don't need a co-host to react to videos. The reason this was such a big thing was this dude would talk about his wife every single video to the point that it became a meme. So when he cheated, people were losing their minds. They did lose their minds. Run for Breakfast says real ones hit the like button. Hell yeah, they do. Oh, yes. And by the way, we're still collecting souls. We're still collecting memberships. And for every single membership that you give to this channel, I will be adding you to the wheel. And what we do on the last day of the week, of the work week for this channel, which I think is tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow morning, right? Isn't it tomorrow morning? Yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow morning, at the end of the show tomorrow morning, I'll spin the wheel, and whoever wins on there, they get to choose a subject or a video within reason that I'll react to. So, and there's 317 of you watching. Could I at least get 100 likes? I would appreciate it. All right, let's get started. Wait, you know what? It's spill sesh. 125. Yep, we're good.
You guys, we have got to talk about the fact that Ned Fulmer has made his way back to the internet. Since the insane cheating scandal that led his removal from the Try Guys, he has now come out to announce that he is coming out with a new podcast, and the internet was not having it. The reactions were insane. We're going to get into his reasonings as to why he is starting this and details about the podcast, people's reactions to the first episode being with his wife Ariel, and the craziness that was this entire announcement. The Ned Fulmer scandal was one of the most shocking and talked about internet moments of 2022, known as the wife guy in the...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Pirate Contra just said, if I get 150 likes, he will drop 10 gifted memberships. Now, to hit the like button is free. And out of 150 of you hitting that like button, 10 lucky people will get their soul saved. So, I don't know if the wife stayed. I don't know, Pecan, because I didn't follow it after that. So we're getting ready to find out. Let me start it over.
You guys, we have got to talk about the fact that Ned Fulmer has made his way back to the internet. Since the insane cheating scandal that led his removal from the Try Guys, he has now come out to announce that he is coming out with a new podcast, and the internet was not having it. The reactions were insane. We're going to get into his reasonings as to why he is starting this and details about the podcast, people's reactions to the first episode.
I heard that podcast, that first episode of the podcast was crazy. I went to Jaded to make this thumbnail, because Jaded makes my thumbnails for me. And she was like, oh my God, I was hoping you were going to cover that because that shit was wild. So apparently she watched the podcast and she said it was crazy, the shit that was coming out of their mouth. Oh, Harlequin said it was so cringe. Yeah, so that's why I was saying, let's see this because we may want to watch the podcast episode. So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Episode being with his wife Ariel, and the craziness that was this entire announcement. The Ned Fulmer scandal was one of the most shocking and talked about internet moments of 2022. Known as the wife guy in the Try Guys, Ned built his entire brand around loving his wife Ariel. So when a blurry photo surfaced showing him allegedly kissing a Try Guys employee named Alex at a New York City bar, the internet went insane.
You dummy. You dummy. How are you going to be such a public fucking figure and you're going to be at a bar in public kissing somebody? What the fuck?
Ned was not just her coworker, he was her boss, which made this a HR nightmare. And they were seen out multiple times in public. They were seen at a Harry Styles concert, and everyone was like, this is the guy that is always talking about his wife. He's bragging about how great his marriage is, how much he loves his wife, all of this. So to see that he was cheating was truly so insane and was the main reason why the story went so viral. Plus, there were also things that were going around of like him getting spotted in the neighborhood with this coworker and then like doing it in the car and getting caught. Like, it was so insane. His wife Ariel also worked at the Try Guys too, so they all were working together. And
so not only was it an employee and coworker he was cheating on his wife with, but his wife was the coworker also. So it was her coworker also that her husband decided to cheat on her with. Yeah, don't shit where you eat. Bruh. Don't shit where you eat. 10 crack commandments, goddammit.
he was cheating, and it was just so awful. And fans noticed that Ned was being weirdly edited out of the recent videos around this time, and honestly, the editing was so intentional, it became more suspicious than anything else, and they weren't addressing it for a period of time, which then people were wondering what this meant, if the guys knew, if they were trying to protect Ned, or what the deal was, and the whole story just blew up. The Try Guys ended up dropping a video titled What Happened, and when I tell you it was the most viral, it was like a breakup video. They did an SNL skit based off of this video. It was so insane. They confirmed everything, that Ned had been in a consensual workplace relationship and was no longer with the company. The whole thing wasn't just a cheating scandal, it was a workplace ethics nightmare, and the Try Guys did not play around. They had lawyers, HR investigations, like they handled it. Within 11 days of the incident being reported, Ned was gone on.
He was fired. Poke Gaga says, I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule and now I have to try harder. Have a great stream. Thank you, Poke Gaga. I appreciate it.
September 16th, 2022, which is crazy because all of this announcement of his new podcast that he's doing, it came out on September 16th. So I don't know if that was some sort of like revenge move or what, but he was trying to reclaim that day, I guess. Anyway, at the time, people had questions. How long had it been happening? Did Ariel know? What about Alex? And we learned more information later on, hearing that the guys had no idea any of this was going on until the public started to be suspicious. When seeing photos of Ned out with Alex, that is when they immediately started the process of removing Ned from everything, but that came at a cost. Entire videos, some already filmed and edited, had to be scrapped. They were gutted, not just emotionally, but financially. Like,
see, that makes me... Okay. I'm wondering how well were they hiding it that nobody knew? Like, were they really hiding it that well? Or did the other guys know? You know? He does look like a dweeb now, I agree. Fu Manchu, I will always yell. You don't understand. That's part of my DNA. I don't know how to be fucking quiet. So if you don't like it, then don't watch. Okay? You don't like it, don't watch.
They lost money and a friend. Keith even said it felt like a breakup. Eugene made it very clear that what happened was not okay, especially in a workplace setting, and he even pointed out how women in these situations always seem to get more backlash, as Alex was facing a ton of backlash during this entire time. Now people...
Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Ma'am, no, fuck that. Fuck that shit. All right. First of all, was he wrong for cheating? 1,000%. He was the married one. Obviously. It's obviously not one of those situations where the girl didn't know he was married. All right? So I get that. But bitch, you worked with her too. You literally broke girl code. You worked with her. Y'all literally worked at the same spot. This wasn't like a situation where the wife was at home and you never saw her. Bruh. No. She deserved the heat. I'm sorry. She deserved the heat. I don't care. I don't care. She deserved the heat. Listen, I'm one of these bitches right now. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If my husband cheated on me with, like, say, a friend of mine, I'm gonna tell you now, before I whoop his ass, I'm whipping her ass first. Just for the disrespect that I was your fucking friend. She's getting it first, then he'll get it. I'm gonna tell you now. There's a lot of respect, motherfucker.
were devastated, shocked, and angry, but also very supportive of the remaining 3 Try Guys because they weren't trying to hide this. They were just trying to figure things out legally before going public. Ned posted a very brief statement confirming the affair and said that he was working things out with his family, and then he basically disappeared from the internet. He and Ariel were spotted out later, still wearing their...
And of course, she didn't read it. Okay. Family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. I love how they always put consensual in there. I'm sorry for any pain that my actions may have caused to the guys and to the fans, but most of all to Ariel. The only thing that matters right now is my marriage and my children, and that's where I'm going to focus my attention. You should have focused on that before you stuck your dick in somebody else. Apparently, you lost your focus on that. If you feel like you need to cheat, then at the very least, leave your wife. Because obviously you don't want to be with her anymore if you want to stick your pickle in something else. Easy concept.
Out with his family, and then he basically disappeared from the internet. He and Ariel were spotted out later, still wearing their wedding rings, but for the most part, they have been pretty out of the public eye and very much off of social media. But now, for the first time since being removed from the Try Guys, Ned Fulmer is fully opening up about the cheating scandal. He gave people the exclusive, and they posted an article on Tuesday titled Ned Fulmer Breaks Silence on Devastating Cheating Scandal 3 years after leaving the Try Guys. And they wrote, in his first interview since the scandal, Fulmer, 38, tells people, I feel ready to share my story and to move on into a new chapter. But I'll tell you, the internet was not ready, that's for sure.
You fucked around with your wife. What's the story? That's all I need to know, bro.
People saw the announcement and commented, I totally forgot to unfollow. Glad to see this as a reminder. Came for the comments. No one wants you back, respectfully. Ooh. Meanwhile, the guys whose careers you could have destroyed are thriving. For your boys, I hope things are better, but don't ever forget the damage you brought onto others. Surviving the rock bottom that you put yourself in due to your own actions, that rock bottom, I did not know I still followed. Thank you, bye. This was a jump scare because I didn't know I still followed him. Time to unfollow. Thanks for the reminder to unfollow. Now, Ned wrote on Instagram.
Damn, they were cooking his ass. All right, bitch, are you going to read this? Please tell me you're going to read this.
Thank you so much to people for speaking to me about my new show, Rock Bottom. I know it's been a while since you've heard from me. I'm excited to return to creating, although things are going to look a bit different this time around. My show is about surviving rock bottom, and tune in to my debut episode with Ariel on Wednesday to gain an understanding of what the past 3 years have been like and how we are building something new. And I really just could not believe that he was sitting down with Ariel to do this. And in the People interview, he said that the scandal not only cost him his role in the group, but also shattered this wife guy persona that he had built. And he seems to understand that that was the reason why the entire story went so viral, because he had painted himself as this wife guy and people knew him as that, and it was just very shocking to see that fall. In his new show, he claims that he will be interviewing people that have hit low points in their lives dealing with addiction, legal issues, or cancellations, and that he will explore how they've tried to grow and recover. And he didn't go into too much detail.
Oh, bro, are you the right one to do this podcast? Oh, no. It already sounds bad, and I haven't even watched the podcast episode. Dixie says, oh my God, he was destroyed. Yeah, kind of looks like it. Oh, shit.
With people about the dynamics of the affair, he just emphasizes that he wants to be more mindful about what he shares online going forward. And with Ariel
Shenanigan, I 100% agree with you. He is not him. I agree.
Affair, he just emphasizes that he wants to be more mindful about what he shares online going forward, and with Ariel in particular, wants to lead a more private life. And as a couple, they wrote that they've decided to set firmer boundaries, especially for the sake of their children.
Oh, so they are still together. They are still together. Oh, shit. She's crazy. I wouldn't do it.
And them wanting to not talk about their relationship online shocked me to see her even sit down and do this interview. And the reactions to this were calling her out. I mean, people were saying that she had no backbone and she was staying with him after everything he did to her. But the interesting thing was, a few hours after Ned made his announcement, after people gave their exclusive, that they sat down with Ned and that he was launching this podcast and Ariel was the first guest, they then posted an article that said that him and Ariel are actually separated. According to the report, they said that Ned and Ariel split 3 years after the scandal. So while
okay, Whiplash. All right, here's my thing. This is what I was going to say until I found out they were separated. Here's the thing. If you're going to be with somebody and they cheated on you, if you decide to stay with them, you have to be able to fully forgive them. If you don't, not only are you going to make their life miserable, you're going to make your life miserable by making their life miserable. So unless you are prepared to fully forgive them, you're crazy for staying. You're absolutely crazy for staying. If you feel like you can't fully forgive them, don't stay. Because you're going to make your own life miserable. You're going to worry every time they leave that fucking door whether they're going to cheat on you or not. Why make your life miserable that way? And then if you have kids, you're going to make your kids' life miserable because kids feed off of emotion. And they're going to know something's off with mom or dad. So it's a miserable situation altogether if you can't fully, forgive them and move on. Me, I can tell you now, I'm not that bitch. I'm not. There's no way I could forgive something like that. Absolutely not. 100%. Could not forgive it. Nope. If I can't trust you, I'm not going to be with you. Period. Because I already know how I am. I know how I am. I would make your life so fucking miserable, you wish you would have done something worse.
Many assumed that Ariel had stood by him indefinitely. People was saying all of a sudden, hours after this big announcement, that they were actually not together romantically anymore. They were trying their best to co-parent their kids. They went on a trip to Greece together recently, but they're separated. They also wrote, a spokesperson for the Try Guys star tells people Fulmer cares deeply for his wife. I mean, the whole thing was extremely interesting, the timing of it all, because like I said...
Okay, somebody said a lot of women stay because they have nowhere else to go. Here's the thing. Many women had nowhere else to go, but they still did it. They still did it. Sometimes it takes them longer to get out, but they still did it. It can be done. You know? It can be done.
People were coming for her, only for it to come out later that they aren't romantically together, at least not anymore. It all just totally threw people off, like the release of all of this yesterday and them even posting a teaser clip before the podcast came out of the two of them talking, it seemed like, about the cheating scandal. So, of course, all of the comments were telling her, like, she needs to stand up and walk away and, get away from him. And it's just weird that they wouldn't say that they were separated before all of this came out.
And you looked over at me with this look on your face, and it was like the veil just fell, like this. Like I knew in my brain that something was going on, but I just sort of refused to believe it. And then when I saw that, like, just wildly guilty look on your face, like you wanted to tell me something.
Because literally people were saying, Ariel, stand up for the love of God. Hey, so this was optional. You could never make me like you again. This is insane. Ariel, babe, stand up. She can't even look at him while talking about it. Ariel, please find happiness somewhere else, sis. Why would you do this? And why would she agree to do this? LOL. What kind of humiliation ritual is this?
What the fuck was this podcast? Bro, we might just, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I might just skip the second video and just watch the fucking podcast. I might just skip the second video and just watch the fucking podcast. Do y'all want to just watch the podcast? It's an hour long, so we may have to finish it tomorrow, but... It was bad, so I do want to watch it then, if it was bad, right? Yes? Okay, let's finish this. We'll watch it. It's worth it. All right.
But it seems these two aren't going to be looking at the comments as they've read enough over the years. Ned admitted in his interview with People that he will be focusing on just getting back to creating content itself. As they wrote, it also means that he'll be less invested in the comments this time around. I think I've come to understand that I have to tune it out a little bit, said Ned, referencing the online reaction he anticipates from his podcast. Listen to the extent that it's helpful, but to really just let the work speak for itself and move on to the next episode. And maybe it's best he doesn't Google either, because since the articles have been rolling out about his podcast announcement, TMZ posted that recently someone spotted him out with a new girl. So, I mean, they clearly had to say that him and Ariel are not together anymore, because this photo was just from last week, it seems. And if they were about to sit down and do a podcast together...
Oh my God, no! So then they had to come out with, hey guys, we're separated. I'm not cheating on my wife again. Oh my God, bro. God damn, you always get spotted in public, bro. Holy shit. Ugh.
And then this photo came out and they didn't say they were separated. Oh my gosh. I mean, everyone would be clowning her. At the end of the day, people have just been left speechless and shocked by this decision for him to return online. I cannot believe that he has decided to.
Okay, we're gonna watch the goddamn. Give me a second. Shit. Give me a second. I gotta watch this podcast. I thought I was gonna be able to do it without watching the podcast, but that ain't happening. All right, I gotta go get it. Let me go get it. Bam, 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 bam. Where is it? I know Rum put it in here. Where did Rum put it? That ain't it. Wait, Rum, where is it? Okay, hold on. I think. Nope. There it is. Found it.
You don't remember?
Okay, here we go. All right. All right, it starts off with a little solo here. All right, cut these on. God damn it. It's always fucking with my... Leave my goddamn subtitles alone, bro. What the fuck? All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy.
Why do people, okay, so apologies or like taking accountability videos, why are they either always wearing white or gray? And they're either sitting on the floor in front of a white couch or a white bed, you know, a bed with white sheets and a white blanket, or they're sitting in a kitchen-like area that is all white. Like, are they always trying to go for the angelic look? What is it? Yes, shenanigans. Clock him wearing white. YouTube apology 101. 100%.
Who talked about his relationship, and
I literally have a sweatshirt just sitting and waiting for an apology. Y'all have seen me wear this sweatshirt a couple of times, and it spells out FUCKYOU, and it's got a oh god, it's got a sloth giving a middle finger. That's going to be my apology hoodie, and it's gray. And then I'm buy ukulele. And yeah, I'm gonna do every trope there is about a fucking apology when the day comes that I have to give an apology that's not on something so fucking serious, but like I'm basically saying fuck you and fuck your apology, but here's your apology anyway. Yeah, I have plans.
put that out there for public consumption. And
wait, what is vocal fry? What do you mean by vocal fry? What does vocal fry mean? Oh yeah, don't forget to jump cut edit with one tear on your cheek rolling down. Yes, Pecan. I have to remember the one tear. What is vocal fry? What is I'm sorry. That question asked me, what does that mean? Vocal fry meaning. Vocal fry is also known as guttural fry, a specific sound quality produced by the movement of the vocal phenomenon. Voice at the lowest natural. Oh, so when they talk real serious and they're talking like this, and I do apologize, and I am very sorry for what I did. Are you talking about that? Makes your voice raspy. Vocal fry is what us Southern Californians have. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I understand now. That's what we do here on Reapers. We edumacate. All right. And when the bitch ass host doesn't understand something, she very quickly will look it up to figure out what the fuck you're talking about. Thank Kim Kardashian. Ah, okay. I get you.
You, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust. I betrayed my spouse, coworkers, friends, family, and I betrayed you. And I know it's not just about cheating. That I was a company owner and having a relationship with a producer who was engaged and friends with all of our friends and coworkers. It was understandably a messy and devastating situation for everyone involved. And I was the cause of it.
Okay, hot take. And I know this is going to be a hot take. I don't know if he should have got fired for it, though. Canceled, sure. I understand the canceling, but he didn't murder anyone, and he didn't unconsensually hurt anyone, and like she knew what she was doing too. I honestly feel like he shouldn't have got fired. Harley Quinn's like, hotter take, hard disagree. Yes, Harley Quinn, yes. That's what I like to see. Disagree with my ass, bitch. Let's go. Okay, the whole power dynamic thing. Listen. Bro, I'm sorry. She's a grown-ass woman. You knew he was married. You knew his wife worked there. You're a grown-ass woman. You can say, fuck off, buddy. I don't give a fuck if you are the owner of this company. You're fucking married. I'm not doing that with a married man, especially when I work with his fucking wife. She is a grown-ass woman. She could have said no. Listen, I believe in power dynamics, but I don't believe in power dynamics with just anything. I think there has got to be certain criteria for the power dynamics to work into it. I mean, he's a piece of shit for cheating. Don't get me wrong. He's an absolute piece of shit for cheating. I don't like cheaters. Okay. All right, Rum. If the person asking to fuck you can also fire you, it makes it a hard position. Not really. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm engaged. You're married. I don't fucking think so. Because you know what I get to do then? Then, if there's an HR department, you get to go to the HR department. And if you want to take it any further, then you can kind of bait and have them say it in a text message and then really do damage. Smarter, not harder. You have LCU brain. They was doing corporate shit, ma'am. He was a CEO and he needed to go. I'm sorry. Listen. I also felt like Bill Clinton, just because he got his dick sucked in the White House, he didn't need to be impeached. Power Rage. Man stuck his pickle where he shouldn't and made a complete shit pickle of himself. Very much, very true. Very true. Listen, I want to make it this straight. I'm not saying him cheating was correct. No. Because had it been me, his little cancellation wouldn't have been shit compared to what I would have done. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. All right? His cancellation online would have been the least of his worries if it was me. All right? So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he shouldn't have been canceled. Okay? So, shit.
I did that. And I can't change it. I can't change the past. I can own it. And
optics wise, I can see why they got rid of him though. I can understand optically why they did it, but I don't know. Just
accept it and try to change how I show up differently in the future. So
you know what it is, Harlequin? It's because of shit last night that we covered, and it's because of the horrible shit that I have covered over the years of doing this, that quite honestly, the man cheated. He cheated on his wife. He was a fucking scumbag to his wife. Fuck him for doing that. You know, 100%. Fuck him for doing that. But with the shit that I have covered, I just, you know what I'm saying?
I wanted to say that I'm sorry.
No, that's not what they're saying. What Harlequin is saying is I've been around Keem too much is because Keem and I have covered way too much shit. That this is like light compared to what we've covered before. That's what she means. Yeah, we've seen way worse. Yeah.
I hurt you, and I hope to make amends over time. And one step is to publicly witness.
I have this at 1.5 speed, by the way. Could you imagine trying to listen to this in normal speed? Holy fuck.
The pain of my partner, Ariel. This is a conversation with Ariel in this video. It's painful at times. It's honest, vulnerable, brutal. But it's necessary for her to move forward, and I'm grateful for the chance to witness it. Yeah.
Little Cow Outlaws like someone didn't watch last night's Reaper. Yeah, okay, so if you didn't catch last night's Reaper, we all walked away from that very traumatized. Very, very traumatized.
As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle, I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that. This is a conversation where we answer your questions. We share what we've been up to these last 3 years and what you can expect from us moving forward. It's about an hour long, and I know that from my perspective, I want to tell stories of curiosity and empathy, and I want them to be meaningful and have value in people's lives. So I hope that you find this impactful. So please join me for this conversation with Ariel Fulmer.
Oh God, that intro was horrific. I didn't finish last night's Reaper. My man woke up and was like, "What the fuck, are you still awake?" So he took my ass to bed to have to catch up. Pecan, it got worse last night. It was bad last night. It was so bad.
Well, here we are.
Back again.
It feels weird. It feels a little awkward.
Yeah. Back in a podcasting room.
Yeah.
I mean, we've certainly had a lot of conversations where we've sat like this.
Yeah, that's true.
But not, conversations that are meant for the public.
Mm-hmm. Is it strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a therapy setting?
Oh, heck yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Same.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? But no, I feel like this is a necessary thing.
Yeah, we've kind of been just keeping our lives very private for the last 3 years.
We have.
And just almost hiding from the world.
We've been hiding. We've been hiding from the world. And I'm not going to lie, it's been kind of great.
Mm.
You know what? Honestly, I don't see why she would have to hide. She didn't do anything wrong in this situation. He's the one that cheated. Yes, Morbid, we're watching pure cringe.
Mm-hmm.
It's been kind of great to be super private.
And it's ironic because we don't stop becoming recognizable figures. People still come up to us. People still recognize us. And to the extent that we're kind of moving forward in our lives, that's something that you've talked about. Is like, how can I move forward in my life without people knowing the next part of my story if they're still stuck on the 2022
I agree,
part of my story?
fellas.
That's
She
kind
is
of
beautiful.
That's kind of the thing, isn't it? And that's the whole reason that we're here, because we're stuck in 2022.
Yeah, at least as far as they know.
Exactly. we have moved on with our lives.
Yeah, we've moved on for a while
We
now.
have moved on with our lives. But like, as far as everybody else is concerned, we're still stuck in 2022.
Yeah.
And you know, that brings us to the whole reason that we're here, and the reason that we can't walk out of this room, because we live in a social world, right? And we can't move on with our lives if we don't, move on publicly.
Like, publicly reestablish the context of who.
I have this at 1.5. How anybody watch this on normal speed is absolutely amazing. I could move this up to two times speed and would still understand everything they're saying because they're talking so slow. Holy shit.
Who we are, how we relate to each other after being so public with our relationship before.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a really strange thing, actually, like that we can't do anything publicly without kind of addressing this first.
well, yeah. I mean,
I will never, ever, 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 ever involve my husband in my online escapades. Ever. Y'all will not see him. Y'all will not meet him. There will be no talking about let's put it this way. If I get in a fight with my husband, y'all will never know. I will never talk shit on him to y'all. I will not do that. He is not involved with my online escapades whatsoever. Ever. This is my world. This is not his world. You know?
in 2022, it got so big, right? The whole scandal, it grew and grew and grew and grew, to the point where it just became this thing that just like got so much bigger than us.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just sort of hid away from it,
Same.
and going completely dark was the only thing that I could think to do. And for the last 3 years, I've just hidden behind the scandal, and now, now I can't get out from behind it.
Yeah, because it's a big step to like sit down and do what we're doing and to talk about it.
Right. But even like going out in public with like my kids or just going out to dinner or something like that,
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
Yeah. It's a big loss.
It's a big loss, but it's a really strange way to go about your normal life. Like I am a human who has needs. Like I want to have regular friends, and I don't want to like walk up to somebody that I want to be friends with at like preschool and have to start every conversation with like, my personal life is a dumpster fire, as I'm sure you know, but also, do you want to be friends with me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I
It traumatized her. That traumatized her. That's sad. That's sad because she didn't do anything wrong, but that whole thing just traumatized her. Not only did her husband cheat on her, her husband cheated on her with a coworker of hers while he's the boss, all right? And then it became a massive scandal online where she got wrapped in it because she was the wife. She got traumatized, 100%. And she got kids on top of that. They used to say if he shows up on... Hold on. They used to say if he shows up on camera, he is fair game. Good for you, Xylee. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know the rules. The most you will ever see of Mr. Xylee is a hand. And that's handing me a Diet Mountain Dew when he comes home from work. Because he knows if he does not hand me a Diet Mountain Dew that he gets promptly from the store on his way home from work, divorce. He knows those are my terms and conditions of being married to me. A Diet Mountain Dew, goddammit. Listen, if you've ever seen me stream around, I don't know, anywhere between 2 and 5 p.m., I don't get that Diet Mountain Dew, divorce.
have some really authentic friendships that have started that way. But like, I don't want to go about my life starting friendships like that.
Yeah. You kind of want the new friends to know the context of like who you currently are. As a
Yes,
person.
exactly.
I remember I've met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
Right?
Here's mine, but a couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me. You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know me
me.
first. Yeah.
Oh my
you know,
goodness.
you don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
Right.
And the challenging thing is it's been complicated for a while. I mean, we are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips.
Okay, I will say this. I do like the fact that they were able to still be friends and still raise and co-parent their kids, because ultimately the kids are the important factor of this whole situation. Whenever kids are involved, they are first and foremost the important issue. Fella, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm going to be honest.
Trips together.
Right.
Like, there's a spectrum of being together, not together.
Right.
Like there's ways in which we're together, but it's like the way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple? Like, no. And we really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
Like, there's moments when we kind of tried, but just because you go to a Taylor Swift concert together doesn't mean that you're, that
Doesn't mean
all
that
is
you're
forgiven. And you're
No, like, people ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No, fuck no. I don't even. It's.
Wait, what?
He did, and I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for
Bitch, I am the same way. If you break my trust, I am never going to trust you again. I do not blame her for this.
for cheating on you? No, fuck no. I don't even. It's. Sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no. But also I feel like forgiveness isn't the goal at this point.
Mm.
You know, we've been together for a long time.
Mm.
And you are the father of my two beautiful children. And we know each other really well. And we've worked through a lot of stuff. And the fact that I can be around you and still have a good time and enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, I think that's a win.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of hard work to.
What is the point in this podcast? What is the point in this? Why are we doing this? This doesn't. How do I put this? Because I don't want to sound like a dick. I really, really don't want to sound like a dick. This sounds like. This doesn't sound very genuine to me. Dynasty Warrior, you don't have to remind me what I chose yet again the second night in a row. I would appreciate it. Thank you. I know I chose it. Thank you, ma'am. This doesn't seem genuine to me. I don't know. This is weird. It seems kind of clear to me he is fishing to get her back and get his career back. Well, obviously the career part because he's launching a podcast, obviously. But This whole thing is weird.
to do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, as we've adjusted,
And Harlequin says very loudly, because Ned is the least genuine person ever.
we've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then, you know, it's just been challenging. But like, I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really like embracing it and accepting it for what it is, as we are like grieving the past. And, you know, it's hard to hear you saying like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. Like, of course I get it. I mean, you're still, as much progress as we've had, you're still very angry.
Yeah.
But you can't blame her for that. I'm not saying that you are, but you can't blame her for that. Fuck you, buddy. What? No.
Of course I'm angry. You know, we're talking about like not having sat in this position for 3 years, you know, and like, yeah, of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot there.
What is that squeaky noise in this fucking video? Do y'all hear the squeaky noise? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Side note. Do y'all hear the fucking squeaky noise in this video? Am I crazy? Because I hear a squeaky noise and it's driving me insane. I'm the only one that hears it, aren't I? There's a fucking squeaky noise. Oh my God, this shit's gonna drive me fucking crazy. All right.
There's a lot that happened 3 years ago. It was, I mean, I found out about your affair from the fans. I mean, and I was so blindsided that somebody sent me a picture, and I couldn't. It was like my brain.
Does somebody have a heart monitor on or something? This shit is, oh my God, my ADHD has been driven crazy with that. Oh. One of the problems with my ADHD is I can't stand repeating sounds. Or if somebody talks and they repeat a word, that's why Billy drives me crazy sometimes, because he'll repeat a word over and over again, and it just drives my ADHD up the fucking wall. This beeping sound is driving my fucking ADHD up a wall. And it's not even a beep. It kind of sounds like a nail on a chalkboard and just going, eh, eh, eh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, I may not be able to listen to this just because of that. Oh. Yeah, the very good. That's why it drove me crazy, because Billy will literally fucking repeat a word over and over again, and it drives me up a wall. And it's not his fault. That's something that's been like that for my whole life.
Couldn't compute, and I it's like, for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister, and I remember sending it to you and being like, what's your sister doing in New York? It was, and I think back on that and I think, like, what was I like? How did I not see what was going on? Like, what was so fucked up in my brain that I couldn't actually see what was happening in this picture? Like, the picture was right there in front of me, you know? Mm-hmm. And then the pieces just started falling and falling and falling. And like, and then more pictures started coming in, and more pictures and more pictures and more pictures. And it is so wild how
No, Dixie babe, I'm not hearing it's actually a thing. All right, I'm gonna turn the volume all the way up on the fucking video. Y'all think I'm fucking crazy, all right? We're gonna listen. Y'all think I'm fucking crazy.
We live in this world where everything is so public. Like, you don't realize it, but everybody's taking pictures of you everywhere you go. And it's kind of scary, actually.
It's a squeaky ceiling fan. It has to be a squeaky ceiling fan. That's exactly what the fuck it sounds like. And the sad thing is she's talking about, I guess when she found out, I don't know. I can't concentrate because of the squeak. Ned is a coward, I agree.
And it makes you realize that whenever you leave your house, you're not safe, you know? And it kind of like, and then after everything happened, I sort of went into this, this weird state where nothing was safe and nothing and nobody, I couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't trust the public. I couldn't trust you. I couldn't trust my friends. I just stayed inside, because there were cameras everywhere. You know, it was it was so unsafe. Everything was unsafe.
What is the point of this podcast? Why are you doing this? Bro. And why did she agree to this?
Yeah, it took a long time to get back to myself.
How did having it become such a public scandal kind of change everything for you?
Fella, I purposely don't take medicine for ADHD. I don't take medicine unless I medically need it.
Such a public scandal kind of change everything for you? Did it make it worse? Did it make it easier? Did it just sort of make it surreal?
It was so many different things. And it was all tied in together too. You know, I think that, and it all, it's like the trauma of discovering that that everything that you know isn't real. And then add to it this other part where you're sort of being watched by cameras, which isn't something that's a part of our lives.
They are talking way too slow for me. 175. Let's do it.
Yes, we are somewhat public figures, but we've never had cameras waiting outside of our house. That's not something that we're used to. We're not celebrities. That's not that's not a part of our lives. And this was a period in our lives where we had there was a car following us, and it was really strange because we had just found out that we were
Power Rage. It's my tism issue, but Boogie's stuttering sometimes grinds my gears. Yeah, no, I get it. 100% I get it.
dealing with this, with this cheating situation, with this betrayal. We decided to find a new couples therapist, right?
Right.
And so we were driving to our new couples therapist, and so we were in the car together because we decided to drive together. And you decided you needed a snack, and so you had a Tupperware with you, and I had my jug of water. And we got in the car together because we were like, well, why don't we drive together? We're going to the same place. And so we get in the car, and we were driving there, and so you're eating your apple as you're driving, and I turned to you and I was like, Ned, I think there's a car following us. I'm pretty sure this car has followed us from our house. And you were like, oh, that's weird. I wonder what that could be, And then when we
she doesn't pecan at all. She doesn't seem over it at all. At all. Can I please get 100 likes, please? Please. I would appreciate it. Bro, this podcast sucks. I don't know how anybody watched this. I'm going to be honest.
Park outside of the couples therapist's office, and we see that this car has a camera. I was like, I think that person just took a picture of us. And so we went inside and we talked about it a little bit, and then we had our therapy session, and then we came out, and then there were multiple people outside, and it was probably one of the strangest situations that I personally have ever been in. I did not know what to do with my face. And so my reaction when I don't know what to do with my face is I smile.
Yeah.
That is my go-to reaction when I don't know what to do with my face. I just smile like an idiot.
That was my reaction too.
I smile like you know, like a cat. You know, I just smile. And so
this is the video that
this is the video that everyone
yeah.
saw.
This is a therapy session, and it seems like a very sick therapy session, Maddie. I agree with you.
And
like leaving couples therapy.
we're leaving couples therapy, looking at each other like we don't have a care in the world. And it's because we are absolutely just beyond like this is so bizarre. What is happening right now? This has never happened in our lives ever. We don't know what's going on. Like, let's just get to our car. You know, and we're just like, just smile. like they're not gonna hurt us. Who are these people? Everything's fine. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was the strangest situation. It was so bizarre.
I remember our neighbors during that time were doing some roof repair work. So there was this like
was
you
like
know,
a construction
unmarked
van.
white van outside of our house, and it was parked there for like weeks. And we had it in our heads that it was a paparazzi van. And
It absolutely was not. But it was like the strangest thing. I thought
just, you know, for weeks, anytime you walk out the door being like, oh, there's the van.
Yeah. That was really strange.
I can see how that caused you to really feel unsafe and mistrusting of the whole world. Just want to acknowledge that and you know, note that it's like because of things I did that caused you to experience that.
Yeah.
What was that moment like when everything changed for you?
Awful, obviously. It was kind of surreal. You know, I thought to myself, like, what would somebody who's been cheated on, like, what would somebody in a movie do?
Really?
I wasn't thinking like of a specific movie or something like that. I was thinking like, what do people do in this situation? You know, like, I wasn't thinking I wasn't thinking for myself. I was thinking like what do I do next? I remember we were in New York, and you were just picking me up from the airport, and I was so like naively. So you were driving a rental, and I just naively looked over to you in the driver's seat, and I was like, why was Grace in New York? Like, I didn't realize Grace was in New York. Why was she, you know, referring to that picture that I had sent to you? And you looked over at me with this look on your face, and it was like the veil just fell, like this, you know, like I knew in my brain that something.
Bitch, what?
And you looked over at me with this look on your face, and it was like the veil just fell, like this, you know, like I knew in my brain that something was going on, but I just sort of refused to believe it. And then when I saw that, like, just wildly guilty look on your face, like you wanted to tell me something, and I didn't even let you say anything. I was like, turn this car around. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember it happening like that, but it doesn't matter.
How do you remember it happening?
Oh, I mean, you asked me a couple of different follow-up questions as I just sort of answered them.
You notice how he goes, oh. Oh my God. Good morning, DTA. How are you? Oh yeah, she absolutely, she was totally traumatized by this whole situation. You can tell just by the way she's talking about it. Oh, Harley Quinn, I'm not saying he doesn't suck. Harley Quinn, did I ever say he didn't suck? He absolutely sucks. 100% he sucks. Morbid, you were at Reapers. You can say he is a cunt. He is a cunt.
And then, you know, once I, you know, answered it in such a way that you knew exactly who it was and what had happened, yeah, then you were like, take me back to the airport.
Yeah.
That part was very cinematic, if you were trying to be like in a movie.
Turn this fucking car around.
I mean, yeah, I think there was a lot of.
Wait, so how, are you going to get into the questions she asked you? You said she asked you follow-up questions. So what were the follow-up questions? You're doing this whole goddamn podcast. You might as well just tell us everything. The fuck?
Of sort of delusions and rationalizations that you, as the person doing that, sort of are telling yourself as to why it's not so bad, or why it's going to be okay, or why actually this talked about it in this way. And then it's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of like fell down, where I could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, oh, everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is like, I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, you know, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
Interesting.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Yeah, he wants to get back with her. You can tell he wants to get back with her. This is retarded. Riken, they're not together anymore. So, no, she's not retarded. She's the one that got cheated on. They're not together anymore. They're co-parenting their children.
It's sort of a, you know, it's like a addictive cycle, kind of feeling really guilty and ashamed, and then telling yourself the ways in which it's, you know, kind of just lying to yourself, and then, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, you're the one that decided to stick your dick in that bitch, right? Why do I give a fuck about how guilty you feel? Because you obviously didn't feel guilty when you were in the act. I'm just saying. Why am I supposed to feel sympathy for your guilt? I'm not going to. Just saying.
And I did want to tell you, and there was probably a small part of me that was sort of relieved to not be keeping a secret, I guess. Is that hard for you to hear?
No, that part's not hard for me to hear. I think it's, you know, I've done a lot. I've spoken a lot with other betrayed partners over the last 3 years, and it's something that I've heard a lot. This idea of like when there's the sense of relief when the partner who's doing the betraying is able to finally tell the betrayed partner that about all the things that they have been doing, and kind of put their shame onto the other partner. They, in that like sort of release of their like of all of that like
shame and guilt
and guilt that they've been holding. It's almost like they feel so much relief, but the partner then has to accept it, and that's exactly what happened. You know, when you told me, suddenly then I had to take all of that guilt and shame of your affair, and it was so much to carry, so much. Like, and I know that like, and
she's a better woman than me. She's a much better woman than I am. Because there is no way, even 3 years later, I'd be having a cool, calm, and collected fuck. You want to put me in front of a fucking camera and have this conversation? Let's have a motherfucking conversation. There will be voices raised. You'll be lucky if I don't start tearing your setup. Bro, you want this kind of conversation as your first podcast? Let's give them some motherfucking content, because I will provide the content. Let me tell you. I be damned. Not saying she's wrong, because she's carrying it good. She's carrying it good. She's a better woman than I am, but I'd be damned if I would have been able to sit there calm, cool, and collected like that. Shit. Morning, Nuke.
You know, suddenly something that like you had.
She's mean girling him, but Rum, I'm gonna be honest with you. Had this have been me, she is being perfect compared to how I would be. You know? There would have been yelling. There would have been curse words. There would have been all that. All that.
And like the wild thing is that this was something that you had done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I had no part in this. This was not like, you could even say that you had done this to me. You know, like I was the victim of this situation, and yet when you told me, I had to like accept your guilt and your shame, and in our like society where couples are.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You flat out tell them, I don't give a fuck about your guilt and shame. I don't give a fuck. I hope you feel guilty the rest of your fucking life. Bro, I cut people off way too easy off of shit like that. You break my trust, I don't want nothing to do with you ever the fuck again. Nope. I'll cut your ass off. Done. You are dead to me. In that capacity. Because, you know, father of the kids and stuff like that.
Especially married couples. Like, when men have affairs, women are often looked at as like, well, what did you do wrong? And it's so hard to get out from under that. Of like, well, what did you do to make him look elsewhere? You know, were you not a good enough wife? Were you not, did you not make him happy enough? You know? And there's so much shame there. And I'm so tired of holding that. I'm so tired of holding it. How does it make you feel to hear that? I mean, did it ever occur to you that like...
No, I agree. It's the father of her children. They've been together for so long. Complicated. Yeah, complicated. You could still be the father of the children. I would absolutely act right in front of the children. I would not speak bad about you in front of the children or to the children. 100%. No, those babies ain't got nothing to do with what happened between us adults. However, you want to put me on a fucking podcast and have me talk about this shit, and I've had to deal with this shit for 3 fucking years? If you think I'm going to sit on that goddamn couch and sit there and have you tell me how you feel guilty and shame off of what the fuck you did with your dick? Oh, bitch. And you want to recreate your fucking career with the shit that I had to go through for 3 years? Bitch, I'm about to give you fucking content. You're probably not going to want to upload it. Because you know what? The kids ain't around right now. I'm just saying. Shit. Don't worry. I won't talk bad about you in front of the kids. Absolutely not. I would never disrespect the father of my children in that way. You know, if I had children. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Listen, if the kids want to dislike a parent, they need to figure that out on their own. The other parents shouldn't have anything to do with it. You know? But shit, you gonna stick... This could not be me. Rum, 15 more likes to 100, guys. Yes, 15 more likes. Get me to 100 likes, y'all.
That like, not only did you having an affair, just it shattered our marriage, but it also, like, all of that guilt and shame, you like hoisted that on me. Like, you gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
And why is she doing all the fucking talking in this? Motherfucker, you're the one that fucked up. Why is she doing all the talking? Like, what? This is so much better this is so much better than waking up to nerds hollering. Wait, DTA, I holler too. I yell all the time. DTA, are you starting to like it when I yell? Oh my God, we've moved so far in our relationship together, DTA. You used to, listen, fun fact, DTA used to fucking hate me. I'm talking about hate me, like fully hate me. And now DTA's giving me fucking hearts, bro. Oh my God, we have progressed. I'm giving you a heart back. Here, this is for you. Sarah Sausage, welcome to Band World. Thank you.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true.
You put her in that position! Bro! Bro. You put her in that position. Her feelings, all of her feelings with this situation is your fault because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants. DTA. Yes, we can move forward.
And no, it's not something that I...
Sarah Sausage, member for 1 month. I just wanted to use the W. Xylee speaking facts for real. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it.
imagined as I was doing that. And I think none of it was. If you really like let it sink in just how much you're hurting your partner and how devastating it is, like, how could you do that? And it's still very difficult now, even 3 years later, to see you in pain as you're talking about that. And I guess there's nothing I can do to change the past or to help.
It's kind of weird to think about it now, because I feel like I'm in a really good place now, and going back to like before I discovered the affair, it feels like going back to this weird fantasy world where like, I don't know, I thought we had this love.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would say a good 90% of the time, the facade of the nice guy in social media and or YouTube is fake. 90% of the time. If they come across as a super, super nice guy, they're a piece of shit. They're a piece of shit. FYI. You want to know an example? Shane motherfucking Dawson. Piece of shit. Sold himself as a nice guy. Piece of shit. Just saying. Actually, Dixie Babe, yeah, Shane Dawson was literally faking gay. Literally. Listen, Maddie. Okay. Maddie goes, LMFAO, not Shane. All right, listen. I'm still waiting for the downfall of Shane Dawson. He got it a little bit. All right. He got his licks in. People got their licks in a little bit with Shane. But the real downfall hasn't happened yet. And I have a feeling, goosebumps are rising. I have a feeling it's going to happen in the next couple of years. And when it happens, I'm going to be right fucking there. Oh my God, I can't wait. Jeffree Star, too. Oh, I can't wait for that one either. And James Charles. Oh my God, if I can just listen. 2026. If anything can happen in 2026, I would like my trifecta to just go down and finally get exposed. The trifecta is James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Shane Dawson. And I bet you the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star are going to be connected, because they've been doing shady shit together for years. That's the real three-headed monster right there. I'm telling you. Oh, I can't wait. One day it's going to come out. It's going to come out, and I can't wait. I've already heard some rumblings. All right. I heard a little something, but I'm just waiting for it to come out. Hopefully next year. Hopefully. No. Chewbacca. No. James Charles has been exposed. Nah. Nope. Not for real, for real. Not for real, for real. Not like I'm talking. Def Noodles saved his ass. I can tell you that right now. Def Noodles saved James Charles by his fuck up. Why is my phone? Oh, I thought somebody was messaging me. I'm like, who the fuck is messaging me at 5:30 in the morning?
That like transcended. I don't know. But it was a fantasy. It was.
I told him all about it. Oh, Maddie, I covered that. Matter of fact, I covered it on Reapers, I believe. I want to say I covered it on Reapers. Yeah, I covered that. But that wasn't a real cancellation. I'm talking a real cancellation. As in, people are going to go, oh, okay. Ugh. Like a real one.
It was like, you know, I trusted you so completely.
Yeah, I think it was here.
And
I'm not 100% sure,
we
Maddie.
grew up together. We got married when we were like in our early 20s.
Yeah.
We were babies. We had nothing. I mean, we moved out to LA with just our car full of stuff. I mean, I'm like tearing up just thinking about it. We were just kids. And it's like, it really was a fantasy. And I just think, how could you do that to me? Like, who are you?
Answer it, motherfucker. Answer it. Answer it. That's great questions. Answer it. I want who what bro.
I'm so sorry.
Like, we had so much. There was so much. We had so much life left. We still have so much life left. I don't know why I'm crying.
I think it's like the loss of that dream that we both had. It felt like that in that time period for me too.
What happened?
Well, the dream started to break apart for me, and then rather than being able to talk about it or to confront those feelings, I wanted to. I guess I was too afraid to say how I was actually feeling, and it seemed, I don't know. I chose to deal with it and deal with like feelings I was experiencing in a way that was really self-destructive and hurtful to you.
Okay, here's the problem. This is the reason why I'm having a problem with this podcast. Well, besides the icky shit, right? You can tell they've been to therapy because they are literally talking therapy talk. And therapy talk drives me nuts. Therapy language literally drives me insane. Because I feel like when people aren't talking, well, okay, excuse me. Scratch that. I'm sorry. I was about to construct that sentence completely wrong. All right. I feel like when, and I'm not saying it's their fault, all right? But this is how therapy talk computes in my brain, all right? When people talk therapy talk, like they are talking therapy language as they talk, I feel like they are not being real. To me, they are not using real emotion when they talk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they're wrong for doing that. It's just that's how it computes to me. When people start using certain words from like what they've learned from therapy and talking to a therapist and stuff like that, I feel like I'm not getting the raw emotion. I feel like I'm listening to a fucking robot. And that is my biggest problem with this fucking podcast right now. I feel like I'm listening to two robots. Because I feel like that's exactly what they're doing. They're talking a therapy language. I am not a therapist. I want to hear the raw emotion. Yeah, shenanigans, thank you. You said it so much better than me. Thank you so much. Therapy talk seems disconnected. Yes. And I can't get invested when I feel like it's disconnected. Oh, she's absolutely getting frustrated with him, and I don't blame her. Thank you, DTA. You have a wonderful day.
And it wasn't like anything you did or like we had a bad marriage. It was about me and choices that I made and just actions that I took that I'll always regret. I'll always regret how much pain I caused you and other people. You know. And I'm deeply, deeply sorry. And I'll spend my...
I'm sorry. She should be the only person you apologize to. What do you mean other people? I'm sorry. Maybe the other girl. Maybe because of the power dynamic, depending on how you look at it. All right. I'll give Harlequin a small W. Maybe the other girl too because of the power dynamic. All right. Bro, you should be groveling to her. Hey, Lizzie. Hey, it's Lizzie. Thank you for joining, Cash Cow. I appreciate it. You should be fucking groveling to her. Bro. There's no emotion in this. And I know she's doing great, bro. She's not flipping her shit. All right. I get it. But it's just their language that they're using is just driving me insane because I feel like I'm not getting emotion out of it. Yeah, I feel bad for her too. Yeah, the soft voice he's doing is going to make him more sincere, ? No freaking way. Absolutely. Brouhaha, yes. I'd love to know her inner monologue. Her inner monologue is fucking screaming. You can see it all over her fucking face. You can see it in her face that she wants to yell.
My whole rest of my life trying to make amends to you and to, you know, show up differently, to lead a life of integrity and to be a father that our children can learn from. Because you did nothing to deserve this, and I completely, suddenly, violently shattered our marriage, our relationship, and like everything you knew, and that was all my fault. It was all choices that I made.
So where do we go from here?
You know what I hate about this too? He keeps saying his choices. His choices. His choices. Say infidelity. Say cheating. Say stepped out of my marriage. Say adultery. Call it what it is besides just a choice. Name it. He's not naming what he did. He's using every other descriptive word, but he's not naming what he did. Put a fucking name to it. I hate this shit. I hate this shit.
I mean, that's kind of how we've been, what we've been working on, I guess, over the last 3 years. We can make new promises to each other as friends, as co-parents. What was the thing that kind of started changing things for you?
Maybe just time. Time and, I don't know, courage. And I mentioned making those authentic relationships, like finding those real friends.
Oh.
And they're like, I don't care that your life is messy. I really like you for who you are. I see your joy. I like every part of you.
Yeah.
And I want to be a part of your life. Like, don't push me away. You know?
It was a real moment of kind of discovering who your real, true, authentic friends are, and
yeah,
kind of then cherishing that, and those people that you can kind of be completely yourself with.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And not just seeing a one-dimensional version of you.
Yeah, totally.
When did things
Maddie, I don't know why he uploaded this too. I do not understand. I would never. But I can tell you why he uploaded it. After 3 years, bam, 904K. And you know what? I'm going to subscribe to this just because I want to see what the next podcast episode's going to be. I can't fucking wait. I'm going to tear that shit up. Probably.
things start to feel a little more safe for you?
I think as I just got more comfortable.
Cause Harlequin, if the next podcast is just as cringy as this, I'm going the fuck off on him. Harlequin. Okay? Guess what? Sometimes you follow the ones that you hate so you can hate more. Okay? It's a tactic. I'm a drama channel.
Talking to people about like what happened and they just seem to not care.
Yeah.
You know, like it just wasn't a big deal.
It is kind of funny. It's like the whole,
I don't know if he hadn't uploaded in 3 years. If he hadn't uploaded in 3 years, this is probably not monetized, but I guarantee you after this episode, he became monetized. He got 904K views on this already. So if it wasn't monetized, because after a certain amount of time, you have to keep 4,000 watch hours within a year. You don't keep that after a certain amount of time, they will take your monetization away. But being that he uploaded an hour podcast with 904K views, he's probably monetized now. Or about to be.
you know, internet and people making TikToks seem to care so much. And then you meet anyone in real life and it's like everyone has some way to relate to some sort of a cheating story.
Just like all the parents at Wes's school, or, you know, they're like, either they don't know or they don't give a flying fuck. They're like, yeah, who cares? You know, they're like, it's one of many scandals. Like, also it was 3 years ago. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of how I feel. They're like, they're sort of like,
right, because when you're in the school environment, like there's a bunch of different types of families and parents, and some people are together, some people aren't, and I'm sure every marriage or relationship has a story as to how it breaks down.
Like, it just gives you so much perspective.
Yeah.
It gives you so much perspective to just be in a group of people where nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives you, honestly, I think that is what gives me the courage to just be like, you know what? It's okay.
Rum for Breakfast said, I'm gonna lose it if the next episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, bro. If the next episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, I may flip shit. Not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I can live in a world where this has happened and people know and also we've moved on. You know?
Right.
Like I can go on dates and not have people be whispering about me. I don't know. I just imagine a world where I can just be myself and not have this thing following me around. You know, I don't have to like where maybe we are at a restaurant with our kids and I don't have to feel shame because I'm like, you know, having fun.
Right.
You know, where people are like, oh my God, are they back together?
Right.
Just because I'm like having a joyful time with my kids and my ex-husband, you know, like, is that a crime?
Yeah.
To feel joy? Like,
Can I live?
You know,
Let them.
let them.
And you know what? I have to give her props on this. That she's able to have a good time with her kids and her ex-husband. That she's able to put it to the side to be able to make sure those kids have a good time. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't put the pressure that she got onto her children like that. That's good. That's a good mother. That really is. That's a good mother. I have to give it to her. You know? Because those babies don't deserve it. Babies don't ask who to be born to. You know what I mean? And it's really good that she's able to put that shit to the side for the sake of her children when she's around her children. You know? I give her props.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we're going to Greece together next week.
Right.
It's like life is weird sometimes.
Like, yes, like we travel together. It's we have a familial relationship.
Yeah. It's we've like redefined our relationship, not as partners, romantic partners, but sort of like family or platonic partners and pals, if you want to say pals. I feel the same way, that it was kind of the social communities in school or wherever you are that you kind of just start to feel less alone.
Yeah.
Where somebody that's your friend, or like another couple that you're friends with, just can say like,
Yeah, Lizzie, that's why I called her a better woman than me. Because, yeah, she won this and never raised her voice. I know. It's amazing. I couldn't have done it. Sarah Sauce, granted, my parents have been divorced forever. But, it's good, though, Sarah, that they can be friends. Because they were together for a long time, So it's good that they can be friends.
Like, it was shitty what you did. And also, everyone goes through hard times, and you move forward the best you can. And whether you are together or not, or sort of together friendly, but not romantically, like however you want to live your life as your family moving forward, that's like your business.
Right. Yeah.
And at the same time, people looking on the outside can kind of feel that nonchalance. And on the inside, it's like, what I did to you is one of the most devastating things I think that a person can experience. Like I understand why, broadly speaking, these like scandals are such ignition points, because it's a lot of people can relate to it, and a lot of people feel so much pain around it.
This is so cringe. Every time he speaks, I just want to punch something. I don't know what. Something. I want to punch something. Yeah, he won't say it. He won't say what he did. He won't name it.
And it can be both.
It can be both, yeah.
And it can be both at the same time. It can be both at different times. And
actually, it's down to 98 likes. Somebody unliked, took away their like. We're at 98.
It can.
It was a woman. It was a woman that worked for him and was a co-worker of his wife. No, this is just the one podcast. I think he's going to be talking to other people, but his first podcast episode was with his ex-wife. Yay, we're at 100 likes now. Let's go. 101. Let's go. Thank you.
It could be one thing one day and something different another day. I have some days when I hate your guts. And, there are other days when I enjoy your company more than not. And that's okay. It can be both.
It can be both.
What's up, Chillin'?
Some days are really sad because I feel the loss. But other days, I feel a lot of gratitude and joy for where we're at now. Especially, our kids are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And, they're worth every cent we've spent on therapy.
Yeah, because that's like a big reason why we're working so hard to rebuild.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if I would call it rebuilding. I think we're building something new.
Yeah, for sure. I think you have to feel like that. The past is no longer.
Oh, he does want to get... Yeah. Okay, look. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this part.
Yeah, because that's like a big reason why we're working so hard to rebuild.
So he said that's a big reason why we're working on to rebuild. Then she says...
I don't even know if I would call it rebuilding. I think we're building something new.
Yeah.
She put his ass in his place with that. She goes, nah, bitch, we ain't rebuilding because we're not going back to where we were. But we are, however, building a new thing. She's like, slow your old motherfucker, we ain't rebuilding shit. But what we are doing is building the new relationship, which is just friends, bitch, because you fucking cheated. She clocked it. She fucking clocked it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She clocked it.
For sure. I think you have to feel like that. The past is no longer.
No, burn it. Burn that shit to the ground.
Anyway.
Oh my God. No. No.
Rebuilding. I think we're building something new.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think you have to feel like that. The past is
I think you have to feel like that.
no longer.
The past is no longer. Oh my God. She's amazing. Watch what she says after this.
No, burn it. Burn that shit to the ground.
Burn that fucker to the ground. No, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. No, bitch. Burn it. Absolutely.
It's very strange living and having a marriage while also having that be so like public facing.
Mm.
Did you ever feel that there was these like layers of like the public facing you versus the real you?
Yes, and that was
Yeah, he did. He said, my wife. It's not your wife, bro. And that's what she's trying to tell you. I'm not your wife anymore. I'm not your wife anymore.
always a struggle for me because I felt like I wanted the two to be the same. You know, I always wanted to be one whole person.
And this is why I tell content creators, do not date another content creator. Do not do it. Oh my God. Content. Now, granted, as a drama channel, okay, whether here or somewhere else, as a drama channel, I do love content creators dating each other, especially when they have public fallouts, because it is absolutely content. I love the content of it. But on a personal note, if you're a content creator, don't date another content creator. Don't do it to yourself.
And I didn't want to be like an actor
Morning, Neon.
on camera and then another person in my real life. You know, and that's the funny thing about like being a YouTuber or being an influencer is people expect you to be one person in your real life and on the internet. And then when you're not, then it's like, well, you're lying, you know? But I don't know, what do you think?
Well, it's ironic because at the same time, I think what the internet wants from you is...
Yeah, I know shenanigans. I know they dated before he became a content creator. I know that. That ain't got nothing to do with it. He should have never involved her. They should have never been involved, like, as in one content creator household. One. Just one. You need a normal person to ground you. You know what I mean?
to be a one-dimensional character.
How so?
Well, you know, I think, you know, if you make TikToks as like a certain persona or doing a certain joke, if you deviate from that joke, oftentimes your like engagement will plummet. Like people kind of want to like just see, it's like, oh, it's like you're a stereotype. You're kind of like that person, and then you.
And you know what? And that's okay. The stereotype. All right. What I tell you about most nice YouTubers, they're actually dickheads, and especially the ones that are super PC. They ain't like that when the camera ain't rolling. They are definitely not like that. I mean, I can name one YouTuber that is doing a lot of virtue signaling lately on Twitter. They're not like that when the camera ain't rolling at all. I mean, I can tell you some of the content creators they watch, and you would be fucking shocked on who they watch and who they enjoy to watch. You would never tell by their virtue signaling on Twitter, though. That's why I don't mind people thinking I'm a bitch. That's why I don't mind people thinking I'm a cunt. I don't mind it. Can I be a bitch? Absolutely. Can I be a cunt? I have my moments. But I also have moments of being nice and supporting people too. I love supporting people. You know, I believe in karma. 100%. And I feel like there's good karma and there's bad karma. But you know what? When I do have one of those bitchy cunt moments, people will go, oh, it's just Xylee. I won't surprise somebody with a bitchy cunt moment. I won't surprise y'all by acting that way. Because I didn't set up for me to be the sweetest lady on the internet. No, bitch, I'm not. And don't pretend that I am. I don't pretend that I am. Absolutely not. I am who I am. And fun fact, I'm like this off camera too. My poor husband, he deserves an award for being married to me. He really does. Bless his heart.
And I guess I noticed that in my own work. It's like the things that consistently drew people in were adorable family posts or talking about my wife. And then producers lean into that and like craft situations for me. And I don't know, over time it felt super pigeonholed and just like I had to fulfill this one like quadrant in a.
Oh, Hannah, you're our little swamp witch. Oh, thank you. Dixie babe, don't go on Twitter. Twitter's a hellhole.
A foursome to just be this like, you know, kind of caricature.
Like put in a box.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to like be a full person with nuance on the internet. There's always sort of a performance layer.
So what are you gonna do now that you're back on the internet?
It's a great question. I, for a long time, didn't want to return to the internet because I didn't see a way of. I didn't want to be myself. I didn't want to make anything. I didn't feel creative. And as time has moved on, I have a desire to create and to tell stories, but I don't really want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life. You know, I've always been drawn to things that make people curious.
What?
Have a desire to create and to tell stories, but I don't really want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life.
What the fuck is this? You don't want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life. What the fuck is this?
You know, I've always been drawn to things that make people curious and finding ways of connecting people with their interests. And so I came up
got
with
2 minutes.
I don't know. I see myself more as like a host and more as just a vehicle for other people's stories. And I don't know. Maybe I can, because of what I've gone through and my past, like connect with people and empathize with people. What?
No, I'm just. You think you're interesting enough?
No, I don't.
You think other people?
I think other people would be interesting, and then that's regardless of what I think I'm interested. I don't want to talk about my personal life or my family. Like I want to keep.
Then why are you doing this fucking podcast? What is the point of this podcast? Because that's exactly what you're doing, and you can't even name what the fuck you did. I already have the redirect in. I put the redirect in when I set the goddamn stream. Let me make sure the redirect is in. I don't want to lie to you. Yeah, it's there. No, it's not there. What the fuck? Hold on. Why did I put balls? All right, there we go. Okay, good thing I double checked. For some reason, I had the redirect of balls on there. Bro. I've had enough. That was bullshit. That was complete bullshit. I hated that podcast. I hated it. He couldn't even name what the fuck he did. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? Bitch. You know what? I probably was in rewind mode. Thank you. If you were bored by the podcast, I apologize. I was kind of bored of it, but it really shows how manipulative he is. He's very fucking manipulative, and I don't like it. Oh yeah, that you think you're interesting enough? She ain't wrong. Oh, he's gonna flop. He's gonna fucking flop, and I'm gonna laugh. Yes, Harlequin, he sucks ass. Say it loud, say it proud, bitch. Damn right. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. It is now 6 a.m. Go see the girls over in Chubby. Have a good time. They're gonna be talking about other people have gone into their Chubby house. So, and I'm one of them because I pay good money to be there. All right, guys. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's RTU day. Bye.